एंड वेलकम टू दिल की बातें, जहां बातें दिल से दिल तक होती है। मैं आपकी होस्ट दृष्टि आज एक न्यू अमेजिंग पर्सन के साथ। एंड आई फील के दिस पर्सन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड आई लव द वे शी राइट्स। शी इज एन ऑथर, बट द वे शी राइट्स will make you believe in love. The way she flows through her words is so amazing, and I'm really excited to have word with her. So hi, welcome Vishakha.
Hi, Drishti. How have you been? Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to talk to you. Like it was so we are planning from so long कि हमें मिलना है but हो नहीं पा रहा है. And
I know.
I I read your
Procrastination, right?
book. Yeah, but I read your
Even
book.
I have this. Even I have this.
It's meant to be. And I think I would first give you a review from my side what I felt about this book, and then we'll start further.
Yeah, I have
Uh,
been waiting to hear it.
So I
Go
think
ahead.
that, yeah, like I think the kind of book I've written, firstly, being a Bollywood person, I loved how you have बीच में edit के हम dance कर रहे हैं, हम इस गाने पे dance कर रहे हैं. And secondly, in the end, when you ended the proposal and how you connected it with Chandler and Monica is love. Like, oh God, it's love. कि how
Thank you.
friends lover, I can meet people who are friends lover because बहुत कम लोग होते हैं. And the way you connected with it was amazing. यू वॉन्ट बिलीव, मैंने 24 आवर्स के अंदर इस पूरी बुक को कंप्लीट किया, लिटरली 24 आवर्स के अंदर. एंड
You made me happy. You made me happy.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
no, this book is so amazing. Like especially one thing I loved about was how you have connected the old romance thing. Like अब क्या होता है कि people don't wait for someone कि हम इतना टाइम वेट करें, भाव दे दी तो ठीक है वरना हटा दिया. But in
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
book, both the people, like both the person, individual, Nick and Mahira, were so much into each other. They were each giving each other time कि हमें कितना टाइम चाहिए एक दूसरे को. We will be take time until we are ready for each other. And that's the best thing
Right.
about the book, because I feel that this is something really missing in our life nowadays.
We
So
we are actually
amazing.
recently become very fast paced, कि अरे
Yeah.
यार, you want to go out on a date? Okay, no, then moving on to the next. That's what I
Uh,
wanted to, write about, that there's this kind of healing involved when you're coming out of a relationship and then you're moving on to the
yeah.
next one. So I wanted Manik and Mahira to take that time, not just jump right next to the next one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
that's what all
that's
I've been focusing on.
that's I think that was can be seen very easily, like the way both were giving each other time to understand what they are feeling, how they are generating the feelings. Like what happened nowadays is ki we develop the feeling very quickly and the feeling fades away very quickly. But in
Yeah,
this,
yeah, that is the story.
how the person is coming up, they're realizing, oh, I might like this person, and then giving the time to understand what they're going through.
Yeah,
I think that's
they're
what
in their
kind of,
own head. Yeah.
yeah, and they have this communication space as well. Like they're trying to talk to each other instead of thinking, oh, she might not be interested, or she is not putting that efforts, or something like this.
Yeah, that was the
Uh,
purpose. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
I mean, for readers to actually get where the author is coming from, it's very important.
Yeah. And I can feel it, like every word, the way you have edited, and especially being a girl, how much important it is that your partner cares about you during your periods. Like how you edited, he firstly was not able to understand what the churning words mean, but then he brought the chocolates and everything and asked her if she's doing okay or not. These are the small things, but the way you have described the small things as well is very beautifully. Like I just feel it. I'm feeling like it. Like this is happening with me.
Thank you so much, Drishti. You made me very, very happy today. Thank you so much.
No, this is amazing. But I want to know how you decided to go with such kind of writing. Like what made you feel write this book?
Okay. Uh, Let me start from the very beginning. I am always a story person. I've always been drawn to stories. Even when I was in, school, eighth, ninth, I used to read stories. There was Durjoy Datta at that time and Ravinder Singh. And then used to think at that time that even I can write it, maybe not as good, but I can write it. And I
Yeah,
wanted to do it at some point in my life. And then I've always been journaling my whole life. It was a very personal thing, but again, I never thought when I started writing this story that I'm going to get it published, right? So 5 or 6 years back when we were in COVID and we were, making momos and dalgona coffee.
yeah,
So I just gave it a go. Like let's see where it goes. And it just came to be like through and through. I just started writing it. Then I was busy with my professional exams, and it took me 5 years to actually get my first draft done. And I never thought I'll ever be able to publish it, but I did somehow, and I'm
Wow.
very happy. When I hold this book in my hand, it's everything to me, because
Wow.
it costs a lot of your energy, your money, your mental health, and everything. And seeing this in my hand, it's all worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think COVID has actually bring us to a space where we start seeing ourselves with what we really want to do in our life, this time we got.
Yeah.
And I think that's the healing part happened because I have seen a lot of changes happening after COVID and people coming out and seeing their best versions, what they want in their life. They actually want it in their life.
That is
Wow.
true because by profession I am a CS, but
Okay.
I always wanted to write. Yeah, so being a CS has its ups and downs, but at the end of the day, if I'm not writing anything, I feel like something is missing from my life. So it
Uh,
it just comes naturally to me.
wow. So you are now handling both, like you are writing the book as well, or you're doing the job as well.
Yeah, I am a full-time CS at
Oh,
Mrs. Bector's.
okay.
Cremica. You might know the biscuits that you get and the bread of English oven that you get. So I'm a
Oh,
full-time CS there. And the rest of the day, when I am not complying with the laws of the Companies Act or SEBI, then I am most probably writing or thinking about a plot or thinking what to do, when to do. Yeah, that's
wow,
it.
wow. So are we getting another book?
Yeah, that's a question I've been asking myself a lot. And
Okay.
I don't know if you're active on Instagram with my profile, but just a day back, I have announced that I am working on my next book. It's in process.
Oh, wow.
It's just a start. It's a different from the current one. It's not in romance category per se, but
Okay.
yeah, it is. It is, I'm piecing it together a little by little, like what to do with that book.
Wow. Even I feel that when you're writing a book, you have to see, like you have to explore the different areas like in which you can write. So
Yeah, that
I
happens
remember,
because, huh.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
even
Carry on.
you know this author Radhika, Red Flags and Rishtas, if you know.
Yeah, yeah. Her book is on my TBR as well, but I haven't come around to actually reading it. And even Srishti Chaudhary, her three books,
Yeah,
four of these books are
Shimla.
on my TBR since I don't know how long.
So we had a shoot with podcast with Radhika as well, and she told us that she wrote this first book around thrill, but she didn't publish it. She said, "I don't feel connected
Mhm.
to it after writing everything." Then she did the final editing as well, but after that she realized she don't want to go for it, and then she started
Okay.
writing this book. So I think writing books also help you to explore your own self a lot.
Interest areas, right? Because I never thought that I'll be moving on or moving away from romance fiction because that is something that I love to read. So I thought that it will always be my core area. But again, when I had this concept of the new book, so I started writing it and it's flowing pretty well, I
Yeah.
think, till now. I don't know about
Wow.
future, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. I think it's more about exploring the more years you go by. I want to know how being the author has changed your personality. Do you think that this while you were writing, you could feel a shift in you, that some changes within you?
Changes. Drishti, to be very honest, there hasn't been any, but still there have been a lot. I don't know if you get what I mean. Because first of all, after that book, I was not even sure that I'll ever be a camera girl. And after
Right.
publishing this book, I just got a, idea that I just got to know that I have to be on social media to promote my
Yeah.
book. I never thought I'll ever be in the category of that influencer, but here I am. I'm making videos, I'm marketing my book. The biggest change has been that. And then
Wow.
after you meet another person for the first time, or you are being introduced to someone, the first thing that anybody notices or asks about you is, you wrote a book. Oh, what is it about? What is your book about? Are you planning to write another? So that is where the perception has changed among a lot of people regarding you, because I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of girl. I'm always joking. I'm always, running around. And
Right.
I think people never thought that she can also write. Like there's a perception around you, right? Generally.
Right.
So yeah, there's a preconceived notion, and then people get to know that, oh, she writes, and then their tone changes and their point of view changes. So that's the
Yeah.
biggest change that I have. And then again, there's the daily, dose of, oh, this I can write this. Oh, that's a plot twist I can use. Oh, this is the character that I can put in my next novel. So there's that.
Wow. Yeah, I think after doing something out of your comfort zone actually brings a new personality out of you. Like when you start connecting with people, or when you start seeing yourself as this person, that, oh, I can do this.
I mean, yeah, like connecting to people is the best thing I can ever do because I'm an extrovert by nature.
Yeah,
I'm inherently extrovert and I love talking to new people, and like I've connected with you, I connected with a lot of readers, and it's
yeah,
it's such a good thing, like the connection, because being a debut author, the money is not something that keeps me going. It's the reviews, the comments, the
yeah,
compliments, or the connection that I feel with people who read the book and who want to read the
right.
book. That's the best part. That's the validation that I think I'm not speaking for myself just here. I'm speaking for the entire author community. That's the only validation that we need.
Yeah, true, true. And I think people have generated a new interest in reading as well after COVID rate of readers have increased. But I was having this conversation with someone and they said that after COVID, what happened is it's very easy to get published. You can self-publish, you can be published by anyone very easily because we have like marketing agencies as well. Because of that, a lot of people say that you don't know if someone will read your book or not, or you people will see you as an author. Like before COVID, or it was like, oh, you are an author, it was a big thing. But nowadays people say it's very easy to get be authored, and so what, you are authored. So do you think you have faced something like this, or you have that doubt in you as well?
Um, there are two, three things that I wanna say at this point. First of all, there is always that imposter syndrome. I think many authors do, debut authors, not
Yeah,
not the the settled ones or the very famous authors, but the debut authors, they all get imposter syndrome at some point in their day or life, right? It's like, am I even supposed to do that? Is it worth it?
yeah,
What am I doing with my life? I should focus on this thing. I'm in two boats. It's all very confusing at this point.
right.
But it's not like that self-publishing is that easy. It's not, because you're a one-man army when you're self-publishing a
Yeah,
book. You're the writer. You design the cover, you design the structure of the book, you market your book, then you have to convince people to actually read the book. So that is something that not every person can do. And for those who do say that self-publishing is very easy and anybody can be an author, I mean, just ask them to write even 10 pages if they can. I don't think everybody can write. And, that is also something that even not everyone can speak, just not just write. So it's very easy to be behind a screen and comment things like that. But when you're actually in there, it's not easy.
yeah. That's something very important you said, like imposter syndrome. Like no matter what we do, we always feel that we are not enough, and we
Exactly,
have
we
to
are not
put.
enough because at some point you start comparing yourself to others, which should
Yeah,
not be done. I know, which should not be
yeah,
done. You should compare your journey. Everybody has a different journey, but it happens. Being a human, it happens. And when it does, it's like, should I even be doing it? But then again, there's a good comment or a good review, and you're like, no, I should be doing it. I can do this. So
yeah.
there's this up and down, this goes.
But then one thing I've seen is as well, like because I'm connected with a lot of marketing agencies because of my own work, I have realized that it's very easy to get reviews uh by the people. Or I have seen, like, I have what happened with me personally, I'll tell you. Someone said go read this book, they had good reviews, and when I read that book I was like, it was not worth my time, because if I'm giving my time to something, it should be good, right? But when I read it, I was like, it was not worth reading of my from MySpace. But the reviews were so good. It was like, so now I'm like, you don't know if it's a real marketing, like people are generally putting the comments or review, or it's actually like just the hype being created.
The review, you can get reviews, you can get paid reviews, but you know the connectivity is rarely there, and when the readers connect, you just get to know it. The thing is, the thing that I am struggling with being a self-published author is I can get the marketing done, right?
Right.
But the amount and the muscle that traditional publishing has, that creates a lot of depth and a lot of visibility for the books, even if they are not as good. Being a self-published author, you can be a good writer, you can have a compelling voice, you can connect to people, but if it's not backed by a traditional marketing, people don't even feel the need to recommend, or don't feel the need to urgency to recommend the book even if they love it. That is what I have faced, because I have gotten amazing reviews for the book. I think I haven't even gotten a single negative review till now, but the need to recommend it, that people don't feel just because it doesn't has a label, and that is
Yeah.
something that I am not okay with. That is why I have a grudge with the bookstore community, because they are only focusing on the books that are famous on book talk,
Yeah.
and the authors that are famous, and the book mails that they're getting from HarperCollins or everything. And it's like the story doesn't even matter at
Yeah.
some point, and that is
Yeah.
something that should be changed, because you have to make space for independent creators as well. We say we support independent creators and all, but I think it's all in theory, it's not in
Yeah.
practicality. That is something that needs to be changed.
True. And I think that's an every, like nowadays, movies, series are also at the same point that the hype is so created that you are like, no, we have to go. And when you go and you watch it and you are like, it was nothing. There was nothing in it.
It is just because of that marketing gimmick, and even
Yeah.
if it's worth it or not, that's a secondary thing. If it's
Yeah.
marketed well, it's good to go.
And that's what I have realized that we need to have some pointers to differentiate. Like how to we can differentiate it if we really should go for this or it's or just a high feeling. So like I want to know from your side as a reader or you know the community, readers community, okay, how to decide if we should read some book or not, beside by the reviews or something like this.
There is no deciding, and the reviews are very subjective, to be very honest.
Yeah.
You might like a book, and the second person might not. It just depends on your genre, and
Yeah.
the thing that you're looking for in a book. Like I personally love The Secret by Rhonda. I don't know if you've read it or not. It personally changed my life, but I
Right.
know some people who don't. So again,
Yeah.
it's very subjective. If I think you can't just be, influenced by somebody else's TBR at this point. You cannot be, because, two people are very different in the way they think and the way they perceive things. So if they are liking something, it's not sure that you will like that as well. So
True.
again, you have to read the, blur once, and then you have to check the cover out, and you have to take the reviews into consideration. There's that. And then again, if I go to a book fair, I do not look for books that are already famous. I just try to pick something up that, catches my eye, or I try to read the blur of the book and see if I am intrigued or not. So that is how I pick things. Of course, if I'm seeing a book 10 or 12 times and people are saying that it's good, I will somehow get
Yeah.
a read of it at some point in my life, if not immediately. But I do try to focus on the books that are not famous as well,
Wow.
because the stories do count, even if it's famous or not. The stories do count,
True. True.
and
True.
it's
True.
not just that the famous books have stories to tell. Even the non-famous ones are really good sometimes.
Yeah, I also feel the same. There are so many books that I have read. They're not famous, like people don't know the name, but oh God, the kind of changes they have brought in my life. Like especially, I don't know if you know this, Tuesday with Maurice.
I've heard about that book, that
Oh
yellow cover. I
God,
know.
yeah, reddish and yellow combination. Oh God,
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
book has the power to change the way you see life, like literally. But no one knows about this book. Barely few people have
No,
read
but
it.
I know it's famous on Book Talk right now. I know about this book, and
Maybe.
it is on my TBR as well.
Okay, but I think like people I talk to who also read, like I have this friends of community, but I've seen like they don't know about it. So I also feel like there are
Exactly.
such some books, but the one point you said that when I go to bookstore, I can go and see other books rather than being famous books. So it has a one point that we can start doing is that is instead of just ordering the books
Just
that we,
following the trend, right? Just following
yeah,
the trend. We
instead
can
of
use
go
our
and
own brains for once.
true, and trust our own intuition as well. What
Exactly,
can work
exactly.
for us. Wow. So
Right.
like while I was talking to you, I can sense that you are a person who have came into the awareness as well, and you know about the healing part as well. That how it
Okay.
is important to come into a heal and then go into the relationship. And the same we can see in your book as well, like how you have
Yeah.
given the space both people to see their what traumas they are carrying till now, like how she was still carrying her ex story and how this guy was not able to get the attention of a girl he wanted, and they
Yeah.
accepted and then they came together. So I want to know, do
Yeah.
you think that healing has changed your life, or it has changed your perspective towards life?
My healing. You're talking about my healing.
Something around your healing, because you
Okay.
seem to be aware into awareness. So if you are into awareness, that means you are trying to heal something.
Okay. So you've caught me off guard here. Healing, yeah, healing. I'm not gonna talk about myself per se, but on a general note, healing is important because you cannot just swipe one person and put somebody else on their place. That's
Yeah,
not healthy for you or for your partner. So you have to find your own self-worth first. You have to grow yourself. You have to know yourself to know what you like and what you don't like, what you
yeah,
are okay to compromise with, and what is a non-negotiable thing for you, that this has to be there. So that way healing is very important before you actually jump into a relationship, right?
right,
If you don't know yourself, how are you gonna think that the other person will know what you want or what you don't want?
right.
So I think I'm not gonna comment any more on that.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah, that's very important. Even like I'm a healer and coach. So when I work on with people, they're always faced on like external things that, oh, I want to manifest a partner, I want to manifest this, that, but we don't go inside ourselves to see that what really we want, because society has told us that we have this things to do, but sometimes every human has a different needs and wants. So we need to come back to ourselves and say like, okay, this is what I need to work on. Like I have this community
Exactly,
homecoming.
exactly.
I have this
I
community
agree
home.
because yeah. Yeah, you carry
Yeah,
on.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying that we have to be happy ourselves. We can't expect somebody else to keep us happy. If you're not
True,
happy, nobody else can keep you happy. You have to be happy in
true.
your own self. That's how your partner will stay with you. Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
the relationship will stay healthy.
yeah, that's very important. That if you are not happy single, you will not be happy in relationship or in marriage.
Totally
But
agree.
people, but
Totally
people
agree.
tell us that, oh, you have to be married to be happy. So we keep on pushing our happiness forward. Like ये हो जाएगा तो ही ऐसा खुशी मिल पाएगी, वो होगा तो खुशी मिल जाएगी. But the happiness come in the right moment. The moment you decide I want to be happy, you start choosing that way. You choose the happiness. You choose the peace.
Exactly, exactly. It all depends on you and your perspective. Nobody else
True.
can change that. Not even your partner. Yeah.
So true, so true. Okay, now let's come to the dating part as well. As in this book, I have seen like how slowly this couple has came together, but in real life, what happened is that people have stopped believing in love. They are like कि right swipe किया, left swipe किया, नहीं पसंद आया, आगे बढ़ गए. They're not in the space to give love a chance, like to see if they truly like someone or not. So, what is your takeaway on this? Like, what would you give us on from your side, that what people can start doing different right now to give love a chance, a real love a chance, like the little bit of slowly seeing each other and deciding if they want to go ahead or not.
I just think that we don't have to rush anything. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know what's the hurry. Like, we have set this timeline, where you have to be committed by 25, married by 27, and then have kids by 30. I mean, who is chasing you? Who is chasing you? Stop being chased and stop being, stop meeting the societal expectations. You
true.
have to be there in your own time. You have to find love in their own time. And I've
Right.
realized that you find love at the most unexpected times of your life, and that's what I try to convey in the book as well. I know many
Yeah.
people who swore off relationships and swore off men and women of course. And then they found love and now they're happily together. So that's the thing. You can't be chasing love. It has to come
Right.
naturally to you. That is what
Right.
I think.
That's very important. I think you have to be ready for love as well. Like if we are not able to see our own sides of not if you're not able to accept our own sides, like who you are as an individual, you will not be able to accept the other one as well.
Exactly. That is true.
Yeah, and we have to like have this community homecoming, and in this we actually talk about everything around this, like how you can heal
Okay.
your own self and attract love from every area of your life. Like if love is money, that's if you love money, like if you are healed and you love yourself, money will love you, and that's how money will
Okay.
come to you. And if you are
Okay.
healed, you expect love in every area of your life. People will love you. Like, do you see how when you are in the good mood, in the radiating energy of love, people just come to you out of nowhere. They want to talk to you, they want to see you, and they enjoy talking to you. But deep down, we are just into our fears, doubt, anger, and we are living by it.
Okay. So what was your question again?
So my question was how do you like I was just telling you about this, but now I want to ask you like what is the one takeaway you would like to give to everyone who's uh looking for love?
The one takeaway was looking for love. That is going
Yeah.
to be difficult because there are a lot of takeaways. So if I have to choose one takeaway, if you're looking for love, you just have to be ready to accept it, because sometimes we think we are not worthy. If love is coming our way and we turn our back to it, it's going to go away. It's not going to wait right
Yeah.
there for you. So you
True,
just
true.
have to ready to accept it at a point in your life, and then only you can know if it's good for you or not. So just be accepting and be open minded, that's all.
Yeah, that's very important. Like, are you really looking for love? And we have this criteria that the person should be like this, and we're not giving the love a chance that it can be in a different way as well.
Yeah, people try to, check box thing, do the
Yeah,
checkbox thing these days, that okay, the this guy has this. It
yeah,
can't be like that. If you love someone, you can't expect them to be of particular quality and
yeah.
everything. No, you just have to love them despite of everything.
And it's more of superficial things. Like if they have this degree, if they're making such money, we are not basing it from a space of love, like how they are making us feel. And that's the
Exactly.
important
It's
thing we
not
need to
love then.
see.
Then it's a compromise or it's an
Yeah,
arrangement where you find a person that checks all the boxes and then you go there like, oh, you check all my boxes. I can date you. Yeah, that's not how
yeah.
it works.
I think that's what we need to change. And I think this
Yeah,
book
that
is going to do such work because they
thank
both were
you.
very opposite.
Yeah,
But
they
okay,
are.
okay, like final question from my side. Meant to be. This is what your book says. But we want to
Yeah.
know, give us three reasons to our listeners that why they should read this book.
Why they should read Meant to Be. Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason number one is if you want to feel relatable, if you want the book to feel like you're talking to a friend with a cup of coffee in your hand, you should read Meant to Be, because it is a story about people like you, like me, and you'll feel like you might have experienced this in your life, or maybe your friend has. It doesn't include superhuman billionaires or vampires. It is just a story about two normal
Yeah.
teens who cross paths at their most, ordinary space, but their connection is anything but. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, it's something that is very fast paced and you will fly by the pages in a day or maximum two. I've had many readers who say that, okay, I just finished it in 24 hours. I pulled an all-nighter to read this book and it has ended and I feel so good. So that is the reason number two. And reason number three, it is something that will make you feel so good, and it's such a good read and a cozy read, and you can pick it up on any day you feel depressed, or it's a mood lighter. So that is
Yeah.
that is something that I want to say to all the readers. Just pick this book up. And of course, there's another thing that I wanted to say. If you're a reader, and I'm saying this on behalf of all the authors out there, if you're a reader and a book connects to you, only if it's only in some way, if it connects to you, just spread the word. Just go out on a
Yeah,
limb and talk about it, recommend it. Just put on an Amazon review and a Goodreads review, because it means a lot to us, because
right.
you are helping a dream survive. That is what
True.
I wanted.
That's true. That's true. I would like to add one more thing over here. In this book, I always believe this idea that whatever is meant for you will always come to you. Like you don't have to chase
Exactly.
it. And in the end of this book, you actually said it was meant to be. We
It
were
was
meant
meant
to
to be.
be. We were meant to be. And I was like, oh my God, this just reading this last line was alag level of happiness. Like I was like, oh my God, I always feel this thing in me. And how this book ended is actually a proof because we believe it a lot. We believe in stories, what we are reading. I literally felt whoever is meant for you will always find a way to you. Like you don't have to chase
Exactly,
it.
exactly. If you believe in destiny, love, and all serendipity kind of thing, you should
Yeah.
definitely read it. Because I am a believer, and I think whatever is meant for me will find its way. Like this book, it's finding its own readers, even if it's in its own time. It's finding its
Yeah.
its readers, and you will get whatever is meant for you. So
Yes.
just leave it all up to the destiny.
Yeah, and I think with this, I would like to end with my point that believe in love. There are still people who believe in love and don't stop yourself because of fear, anger, and all these things. अच्छा आजकल तो लोग नहीं मिलते प्यार के लिए, but there are people who still believe in love and they are ready to see their fairy tale stories. So you also start expecting, and you never know how God universe will provide you with this.
Believe in love, believe in hope. You will get
Yeah.
what is yours. You will get it. Right.
Wow, wow, amazing. I think with this, we are good to end here with an amazing note. Or anything you
Lovely
want to add
session with
on?
you.
I just
No, I,
loved
I
how,
just love talking to you, and I love talking about the book. It was
yeah,
very, meaningful for me. Thank you.
yeah. I think
Thank you
especially
for
how we
having
ended
me.
It is meant to be.
It was meant to be, right?
Yeah.
We were connected. It was meant to be.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Okay, bye.